Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It is once again raining after sunshine and, some jet junk in there. It wasn't a nice, pretty sky this morning. The sky actually was a lot more interesting later on when the clouds came in. But you can see here that, we've got rain over the area, some light to occasionally moderate rain going on over the area right now. We're going to first look at what it was like earlier today because as the clouds rolled in, it was really kind of cool to see. This is what it looked like as the clouds were rolling in. It was really quite interesting here to look at these layers coming in here. Some more photos of it. Some of these clouds just really coming in. You could see a really interesting looking sky there. You can see this. There's definitely layers of altocumulus there that definitely were around. And then we had some more altocumulus coming in later. You can see this is almost altocumulus castellanus here. And whenever you see something like that, just got one more photo here to show you. Whenever you see something like this, you know that we have rain coming. And sure enough, the clouds, it really came in quick. And before you know it was overcast with slate gray skies. And quite a waterfall, actually, at this is the waterfall at Mill Lake in Wantaw, on the Wantaw Belmore border. Quite a waterfall due to all the rain we've had, and now certainly with more rain, we can see the clouds there. Just because it's cloudy doesn't mean you shouldn't take pictures. Obviously, once it's raining, it's not so fun to walk around, and that's what we got going on right now outside. So looking across the country, yeah, you can see winter storm warnings. This is with the second system. That's good. This is with the we go look at the satellite, which I should show you first here. This is the first system we have coming through tonight. This is your second system that's going to bring wintry weather to the upper Midwest, but this is going to be what's going to be ushering in the Arctic air. This system right here that you see where I have my hand over. But this is what we're dealing with right now, this slow moving out of front with a low wave forming along it. And a disappointingly large amount of cloud cover behind the front, so I don't know if we're going to actually clear out or not. You can see all that cloud cover behind the front there. So let's go back to our weather and hazards map here. And you'll also see all these wind advisories, too, and even high wind warnings behind this, too. Wow. So we're going to have some windy weather behind that system. We'll have to see. I don't think we're going to see that, but when we look at the models, we'll take a look at all that stuff. So what do we got right now out there? It's 46 at Islip. The winds have shifted to the north-northwest, so the temperatures are dropping. It was still kind of mild today, light rain falling. So let's go take a look and see what our highs were for today across the area. And it was quite a mild day again today. We got well into the mid-50s today, well above normal. Despite having a southerly breeze, wasn't very strong. 54 at Islip and maybe even warmer. Let's see if Jersey managed to even get into the 60s today. Not quite. They were also in the mid-50s. Probably held back by the cloud cover that was moving in. But let's look at our lows overnight, and we dropped quite low, actually, 32 at Islip. So we got down to lows around the freezing mark. West Hampton got down to 27, so a little bit of radiational cooling last night. It did wind up cooling off after that really ridiculously warm day. Let's see what kind of radiational cooling they had in the New Jersey Pinelands. 27 as well there. So let's look and see how much rain has fallen so far. And so far we've gotten, it looks like under a quarter of an inch, but we still have more rain to go. Looking at the radar, you'll see here's our system, and we have more rain to go here, more a steady rain that's going to probably be at least going to around midnight, so probably pick up another quarter of an inch at least. It's a little bit of a break right now. It's very light, just light rain and drizzle out there, but we're going to get into some of the steadier rain over here. So let's look at our statistics for the day at Islip. A high of 53, which was 9 degrees above normal. A low of 32, 3 degrees above normal. Puts us 7 degrees above normal for the day as far as temperatures go. So let's go look at the models next. And before I do that, let's just go. Well, no, we don't need to. We can kind of see what's happening as it is here. You can see there's your front. Here's your high pressure coming in. And that high pressure kind of passes by to the north, the center of it, so we don't really clear out tomorrow, I don't think. Here comes the Clippers type system here that's going to bring the winter weather to the upper Midwest. But this is going to usher in colder air, and there's going to be a low that's going to form offshore. We're going to miss the opportunity for what could have been a decent snow event, but we may still get a little light snow from this, especially on Saturday. showing some light snow over Long Island, perhaps. So we might pick up a little bit of snow before this Arctic high pressure builds down and into for the weekend and into next week, and that's going to bring some really chilly weather. But unfortunately, as we head into Christmas, we're going to be dealing with some more. It looks like unsettled weather, though. Like, got another weird backdoor high trying to set up on the GFS here. European model. Show the same thing on the European here. There's your first system, your second system. High pressure builds in, and this will take us out into, hopefully, at least it looks like it'll be dry for the days before Christmas when everyone's traveling. But we may have some unsettled weather as we get to the later part of next week, which I talk about more in the long range on Sunday when I do the video on that. So let's go look at the HRRR, our short range model now, which we should have most of that in, 0Z HRRR, and show you this front that's coming through. So you can see the rain's going to probably last till around midnight, then it's slowly taper off. Tomorrow, we're not going to have to deal with any rain. That's the good news, but I think we're going to have to deal with some cloud cover. Looking at these soundings here, these lines are pretty close together, as well as some upper-level moisture, too, mixed in. So there'll be sun, but it'll be mixed with clouds. It won't be a clear day. That high kind of goes by the north, and then here comes the Arctic front, this low clipper in the Arctic front. Now, this low forms offshore, so you have a chance of some light mixed precipitation on Friday, because the temperatures will be lower. This only goes out to 0Z, but you can see what we could have happen here. So if I go and we could look at the anything, I don't think we have much that goes out that far. But we can see how that low kind of forms, and we'd have to watch to see if we get a little bit of moisture that's going to wrap around, perhaps for Saturday, bring us a little bit of light flurry or light snows, particularly on Long Island. We'll have a better idea. Right now, it's too early to tell. It won't be much. If we go to the total snowfall here on this, it barely paints us on anything. Basically gives us an inch or less, so it really wouldn't be very much, but it might be enough to whiten the ground. But I'm not going to get all excited about it just yet. It's just too early for that. Let's go to the NAM next. The NAM for precipitation, just for this system here that we're dealing with right now. So here's what we're dealing with. There's that low that's going to develop and get a little more rain, and then it moves on out. And luckily, once that rain moves on out, we'll be drying on out. I'm going to go back to the HRRR. As far as total accumulated precip goes, as far as how much more rainfall we will see according to the HRRR, yeah, around another quarter of an inch probably, give or take. So let's look at our dew points and wind flow. So the winds have shifted to the north, northwest, and tomorrow we'll have somewhat breezy conditions with a northwest to north wind. There won't be all that cold, but it'll be a north wind. You can see the dew points definitely dropping below freezing. You can see the Arctic air just waiting up here. And then you see that north wind right there. So then it becomes northeasterly. And then we have the northeasterly flow on Friday. But all these wind directions will mean colder temperatures. Temperatures tonight will be dropping. By morning, we'll probably be in the mid-30s. And then for tomorrow, highs probably close to normal for this time of the year. Probably low 40s for tomorrow for highs. And then tomorrow night, we'll have more cloud cover, so I don't think we see the radiational cooling, but it should still drop into the low to mid-30s. And then Friday is going to turn out to be much colder with, well, a little bit colder with highs in the upper 30s. But we see the real difference on the weekend. So pulling this out, I just want to show you the Arctic air coming in. I'll just use the GFS for this, just to show you what's going to happen here. The Euro might illustrate this actually better. So let's use the Euro. So you see here's your Arctic air that's going to come on in, and as we get into Saturday and Sunday, you see how it's going to come right down from the north into the east. That's going to be with us on Monday too, and even Tuesday. It'll eventually start lifting out a little more on Tuesday. But whatever is we're going to be. What that means is we're going to have some really cold temperatures on the weekend. Really cold, as in highs not going above freezing, especially as we get towards Sunday. So let's go back into our area and show you how that all kind of, again, look at the European here to show you what this all means. So as we get into Saturday, you see it gets a little colder. Highs Saturday, going to struggle to reach the freezing mark. And then Sunday, we're not getting above freezing. Our highs are only going to be in the 20s that day. And then the same thing probably for Monday as well. Highs only in the 20s. So, yeah, it's going to be, this is an Arctic air mass when you have your highs that don't make it above freezing. That, to me, is an Arctic air mass, so we're definitely going to be dealing with it. But it's going to be short-lived, so, and then it moderates again. So, unfortunately, this isn't going to be it's going to be a quick shot for a couple of days, maybe 3 days of really cold weather, and then it starts getting warmer again. So, let's go look at the cloud cover on the GFS first, I guess we start with, and obviously plenty of clouds for tomorrow, though it's showing, again, GFS is giving some false hope that we would have some mostly sunny skies by the afternoon. No, I'm not really buying it, because when we look at these soundings, yeah, that's pretty much showing a mid-deck or a high deck, and maybe some low-level clouds, too. So this is kind of, it's a resolution on this. It's just like a suggestion. And then Saturday, we'll also probably have extensive cloud cover. But as we get into Sunday and Monday, that's when we probably would see a chance for some mostly sunny skies. Though, again, if you're out east, you might get some ocean effect cloudiness and even some flurries, perhaps. This is the GFS. It's an extremely low-resolution cloud model. I just use it as a suggestion. Let's go look at the RGEM instead, which I prefer. So RGEM is much more optimistic for tomorrow as being a mostly sunny day. I think it's a little overly optimistic, given what we see on the satellite. But certainly Friday, we'll be seeing a lot more clouds on Friday. And then Saturday, we have clouds, and then maybe sun breaks out over New Jersey, maybe in the afternoon, perhaps. NAM, don't have enough of the 0Z NAM, and I can choose the NAM too with clouds, and this kind of illustrates the deal with the clouds. So you'll see, maybe in the morning it might be clear, but these clouds kind of come in. This is some high and lower level. It's only going to be higher level clouds we'll have to watch for tomorrow. We'll have to see, but the HRRR certainly doesn't look very good when we looked at those soundings. So it looks like plenty of clouds, unfortunately. But at least we won't have to deal with any more rain. So that's the good news in all that, I guess. We can use Ventu Sky as well to kind of show you, illustrate tomorrow. So it uses the HRRR. We'll pick 11 a.m. So we got the northwest winds. Temperature's 41 degrees. And you can see the clouds are already starting to move into the area. If you get a really early start, maybe 10 in the morning, it might be clear. But the clouds kind of come in already by noon. You have plenty of high level and then some mid-level clouds as well, and just a mix of clouds. So it won't be a nice clear day. Maybe in the morning for a little bit, perhaps. But given the rain, given what that satellite looks like, it looks like there's an inversion and moisture is going to get trapped underneath of it. So I would expect more in the way of clouds. But again, the change in the temperatures is what I want to kind of show you here. So this is Friday. You can see Friday we've got still not overly cold on Friday, but as we get to Saturday, this is when you start getting the Arctic air coming in, and this is when you're going to have 32 degrees, and it's going to be cold. Going this far out on this map, the cloud cover, it's a little more on. And then look at Sunday, only mid-20s. This is 1 o'clock, only mid-20s, but hopefully, yeah, we would have mostly sunny skies by then. And then as we get toward Monday, still seeing mid-20s with a lighter northerly wind. And maybe clouds might be increasing. We'll have to see. I don't know. Hopefully we can get a couple of clear days in a row. And then by Tuesday, you can already see the temperature starting to moderate already. So it's just going to be 3 days, really 2 really bitterly cold days, Sunday and Monday, that you're going to have to watch out for. Winds, are we going to have any wind concerns? I don't see any. Because I don't see any really tight pressure gradients, luckily. So, yeah, it'll be breezy, but I don't think we'll have any need for wind advisories or high wind warnings or anything like that. It's just going to be cold. But enjoy it because it's only going to be short-lived, and then we're back dealing with above normal temperatures again. As you know, if we look at the longer range, which I'll go to the Climate Prediction Center, you'll see we go to 8 to 14 day above normal temperatures, and it looks like above normal precipitation, particularly out west. So really, yeah, crummy pattern. We'll talk more about the long range on Sunday, obviously, but just to bring it up just for a little bit, just so you know that if you like that wintry weather, enjoy it while we have it on the weekend and into Monday, because we're going to be back into this crap again, probably sometime after Christmas. So That is going to wrap up the Long Island weather update. Thank you for watching. Here's our latest radar. Again, some more rain coming in. We're going to have some more rain, obviously, coming in overnight. So another quarter of an inch of rain, and then we dry out tomorrow. Have a good night.